What's going on, guys? I am back for another HOTAS video. I decided that I was going to take a crazy stupid against all odds chance and buy an X-56 RHINO from Amazon, and I express that I bought it from Amazon because I wanted a good return policy. And I'm going to end this video saying that over and over and tell you exactly why you want a return policy with this thing. So let's get started. I've done a video of the the T16000M, the new HOTAS from Thrustmaster. It's a decent HOTAS. It's got a couple issues. It does need some lubrication in the throttle after a while. I did end up sending it back. It was more I wanted it for testing purposes. The same with this. I didn't buy this expecting it to be any good. And guess what? It's not. It's an absolute piece of shit. And I'm going to give you 3 reasons why this particular one that I bought is a complete piece of shit and a complete waste of your $250. Hence, you need the return policy. So let's get started. I am going to first talk about the least of the 3. And it's pretty bad. To me, it's pretty bad for the amount of money they want for this thing. But I'm going to show you real quick. So you got 2 rotaries here. You've got a top rotary with a button. And you've got a bottom one. It's pretty loose on there. I'm not super happy about that, but when you rotate the dial, it doesn't have a lot of lateral wobble to it. It rotates flat for the most part, and that's pretty good. The bottom one, come on guys, quality control. Check this garbage out. As soon as I get a focus here. No, it's not gonna focus. God damn it. There we go. All right, sorry about that. So check this piece of garbage out. Watch the flat spin, rather lack thereof, when I rotate this thing around. It's so bad. It's so bad. Look, oh my god. It functions, but it just, you can feel that when you're rotating this thing around, it just kind of hikes up and down. And when you get to the back position, because it's not laid in there properly, it's got all this friction. You can feel plastic on plastic, and that's going to wear down and break. It won't take long. Right through there, it feels like sandpaper stuck in there. So that's the least, literally the least of the problems that this piece of garbage has. Let's go on to number 2. Number 2 is over here, somewhere in the front. Hey guys, sorry about that. I just ran out of memory. I had to put a new micro SD card in my phone here. So check this out. I was talking about, I used to own an X-55. This is basically the same exact thing, the same structural model, so to speak. It's got a few extra options, but we're not going to go into that. This is a tension dial, which is all the way to the lightest setting. When you start to move the throttle, it's super stiff, and then after you go a few times back and forth, it loosens up. If you let it sit in the back position for a few seconds, maybe 10 seconds, and then do it again, it's extremely heavy tension down here, and then it just flies forward. If that weren't bad enough, somewhere inside here, and I've been monkeying with this thing for probably about 15 minutes, when it comes to the forward position, listen, just listen. And it's super stiff. I got this in the lightest setting. If you don't move the thing consistently, it's super stiff, but you can hear a click. And I put my ear on the bottom of it, and it's coming from somewhere inside in the front. Every time I get to the forward position on the throttle and come back, it's got a plastic click. And I can't work it out. I've tried adjusting the tension. I've tried everything. That is absolutely atrocious. That is how they could not hear that or even see that during quality control. And this is assuming that they have quality control. This is assuming that they actually do some testing on this thing. That is completely Completely unacceptable. And I'm not going to put this on Logitech. This was probably manufactured, most likely manufactured, way before Logitech bought the company. But, God, I got so unlucky with this one. Okay, so I got unlucky with this one. There's two problems right here. That's two problems with this thing. This thing is a whole nother story. First of all, I checked it over. Everything seems okay. All the buttons function and all that. I have the heaviest spring on here, and I have tried the stock spring, which is, I believe, second to heaviest spring. This is the heaviest of the springs. And I've tried the lightest. There's just the one in between I haven't tried. There is some sort of niche, or the word hitch probably, hitching or creaking or grabbing when I go around, and you might even be able to hear this. So check this out. Right there. Right there. There is a plastic ring here that you can see. It's like a hat, like a little hat that floats around the rim of this plastic edge that's on the base. It's not that. It's not that grabbing it and touching it, because I've actually held that up and moved the stick around, and it's got the exact same hitch. So somewhere down in here, there's a lack of lubrication or some sort of plastic on plastic that's actually grabbing. And you can feel it. You can feel it all the way up into the stick when I move it. I can feel a little chick, 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 like as I move it. I've had this thing out of the box for, I don't know, an hour. And guess what? It's going back. This is the biggest waste of $250 that you can spend. If you buy one of these, if you take the chance and play the lottery and buy one of these, do yourself a gigantic favor and buy it from Amazon or buy it from Newegg or a retail store if you can find it retail with a very good no hassle, and I express no hassle, return policy. Do yourself a gigantic favor and get a return policy. This thing is an absolute piece of shit, to be dead honest with you. I had an X-55 that lasted about a month. It did not have either one of the issues or any of the three issues that I'm explaining now. It actually, this base that comes off when you change the springs, it actually lost electrical connection with the base. And I ended up sending it back to Mad Catz, and they actually gave me an X-52 Pro with a little money because I told them I wanted nothing to do with the X-55. The reason I bought this, and I'm going to reiterate this so I don't sound like a freaking idiot for buying another one, I bought this because I knew I could send it back, and I was kind of hoping I'd get a good one. That's pretty much what happened here. And I did not, clearly. These are some of the minor problems, if you want to call them that these things are, that, I don't even know where to start. They want $250 for this. It looks so cool. It is such a piece of shit. Don't buy it. Take my advice. If you do have a return policy, best of luck to you. Thanks for tuning in. We'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.